Now let's see this in code. So in the code, we will first see how we can use input output objects like cout and scene without importing namespace std. Then we will create our own custom namespace, which will help us to understand how namespaces help us to avoid naming conflicts. So let's open VS Code. So let's first see, in this program we are importing namespace std. So what statement is this statement is doing is that it is importing all the identifiers which are present in the namespace std into our current scope. So now we are able to use all these identifiers in this scope, like cout and scene, we are able to use it. But when we comment this statement and we run this command, we run this code using the command g++ and the name of the file. Okay, so I have added wrong name. So we have compiled the file and the compiler gives error that he does not know what are scene and cout, and he also suggesting us answer that you should use std : endl. So it is identifying that where these are declared and showing us the correct way to use that. So let's use this according to its way. So let's add here std : and similarly for endl as well. Let's compile this and let's run the executable file, which is a.out. So it is asking for input, and let's add 1 and 2, and you can see it is able to print that using this. So here we have not imported the entire file. We have only taken some of the identifiers like scene and cout and endl. Now let's revert back to the previous code and let's create one file in which we will create our own custom namespace. So let's name that file as custom_namespace.cpp. In that we will include our header file, which is iostream. iostream, and we will also import namespace std. Now in order to create a custom namespace, we will use a keyword namespace, and we will add the name here which we want to give to our namespace. Let's name this n1. In this, let's declare some variables. Let's declare x and declare it with 1, and let's create one function. And in that function, let's cout this is function of namespace n1, and let's add here endl as well. Let's create another namespace and name it n2. Int x is equals to 2. Let's create the same function and cout and it is already recommending us, so let's remove that. This is of n2, and we will add semicolon here. Now let's create one main function in which we will use these namespaces. So let's create main function and return 0 here. So in order to use namespace, we have already studied that we have to use namespace name and scope resolution operator and the identifier which we want to use. So let's cout x, variable x of n1 and endl here, and call the function of n1. Also similarly, let's call n2 here, x, endl, and function of n2. So now you can see that we are able to use variable having same name without conflict. As you can see that I am able to use x from n1 as well, x from n2 as well. Now let's run this file. Now in order to run this file, we will use the same command g++ and the name of the file. So in our case, it is custom namespace. So I have entered the wrong spelling. So let's name space.cpp. Let's run this. So it is giving some error. Why it is giving some error? We have imported name. Oh, we have added wrong spelling here. So it is asec. So you can see that importing, we are not able to import IOStream, and it is giving error, like we are using undeclared identifier. So this is how it is important to like import the header file as well. So now let's run this. Now it is able to successfully compile it. Let's run the executable file. So it is a.out. So you can see it is able to print 1, and this is func of namespace n1, 2, and this is func of namespace n2. Now, if we want to not use this thing, then we can also use it like using namespace n1. Now we can remove this scope resolution operator. This one. Now let's compile it again. Okay, so we have to also add semicolon here. So you can see now it is also giving the same output. But if we also import using namespace n2, then in that case it will give error, because here we are taking variable with same name in the current scope. So let's see how it gives error. So you can see it is giving error, and it is saying that it is ambiguous. So for that we have to remove this. So this is how we can create our own custom namespace, and it can help us to remove naming conflicts. So let's meet in the next video. Thank you.